Let's send it out to Mark Jones.
All right, thanks a lot, guys, and welcome to Detroit, the Renaissance City, appropriately named in light of the fact that the Pistons continue to be going through this rebirth, going back a couple of seasons now. #1 seed in the Eastern Conference, taking on tonight the Atlanta Hawks, the hottest team in the Eastern Conference going back to February the 22nd. They've won 12 of their last 14 games. Welcome, everyone, to NBA Courtside, presented by Michelob Ultra. Here from Little Caesars, it's the fourth meeting of the season between these two teams as Detroit tries to complete the season sweep. Yeah, a lot to dance about if you're a Piston fan. Mark Jones, courtside, along with Tim Legler, Katie George, joining us in just a moment. Tim, Detroit is coming off what you would have to call a culture win against the red-hot Lakers, who'd won 9 straight a couple of nights ago. Able to play their style of basketball despite missing Cade Cunningham, their best player.
Imposing their identity on other teams, that's really what it's all about. So you're missing your clear best player, a guy that's going to be in the all-league consideration, an MVP candidate in Cade Cunningham. And look what they've done without him. You take a look at Danis Jenkins stepping up in a big way now as the primary ball handler with that 30-point game against the Lakers. And, of course, the production you get out of Jalen Duren every night. This is a guy that played in the All-Star game, and now he is the guy without Cade Cunningham that will be the leader on the floor to provide that consistency as the Detroit Pistons try to continue to establish their relevance as a true contender in this league.
Yeah, Duren, the other half of that potential and potent pick-and-roll combo. But here's how Cade Cunningham was injured a little over a week ago in a game against the Wizards, collapsing to the court, and in the aftermath, suffering a collapsed lung. Katie has more on Cunningham.
Well, Mark, it's been 8 days since Cade Cunningham's diagnosis. He'll miss at least another week, if not more. And just for some context, there's been 3 players in the past who have had a collapsed lung. Atlanta's CJ McCollum has dealt with it on 2 different occasions. Terrence Jones, as well as Gerald Wallace, were both sidelined during their careers. Those 3 missed, on average, 26 days. If Cunningham were to miss 26 days, that would mean he would return for the final day of the regular season, unfortunately making him ineligible for postseason awards, Mark.
Well, he certainly deserves All-NBA. Let's talk about the Atlanta Hawks. Jalen Johnson told me that he embraces being the face of this franchise right now, and in spite of the huge responsibility, he's been incredibly productive.
When you talk about emerging stars, this might be the best-kept secret in the NBA. Jalen Johnson, you take a look at those numbers. Not only their leading scorer, look at those rebounding numbers from the small forward position. He's also their #1 playmaker in the half court. He does a lot of this. You're going to see him a couple times a game show you this elite athleticism, but he's a lot more than that. He has the mid-range. He has great patience and poise in the half court, and his vision is what really sets him apart. He understands the responsibility of drawing traffic and making his teammates better with that passing ability, and this is the kind of stage Jalen Johnson is going to relish against the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
The first-time All-Star, still very hungry, and CJ McCollum, the adult in the room for the Hawks. Tip coming right up after the break.
NBA Courtside is presented by Michelob Ultra Zero. Zero alcohol, just 29 calories.
Welcome to NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm. Part of the playoff push, presented by Advil. From Little Caesars Arena here on the banks of the Detroit River, it's the Pistons taking on the Atlanta Hawks. Fourth time this season as we take a look at the starting lineups, brought to you by Royal Caribbean. CJ McCollum, Alexander Walker in the backcourt for the Hawks, Daniels, Johnson, and Okongwu up front for Atlanta. Jenkins, who's been a great story for Detroit this season. Robinson in the backcourt with him. Thompson, Duren, and Harris filling out the starting 5 for the Detroit Pistons. The #1 team in the Eastern Conference at 52-19. Meanwhile, Atlanta coming off an impressive win a couple of nights ago against the Memphis Grizzlies. Snyder has seen 4 different iterations of his team, Tim, and it really speaks to his great coaching to be where they are right now.
Well, completely reinventing yourself, not only in terms of your personnel, they changed the entire identity in the face of their franchise on the fly when they traded Trae Young. So now you have a different direction for this team. They've bought into it, and you're seeing massive improvement across the board right now. That's why they've won 13 out of 14.
Meanwhile, on the other sideline, J.B. Bickerstaff has done a phenomenal job, the odds-on favorite right now to win the NBA's Coach of the Year award. And you look at the amazing metamorphosis that he has orchestrated going back to a couple of seasons ago, really speaks to the great job he's done in coaching these Pistons. Detroit has won 7 of 8 overall and 3 in a row against the Hawks this season. It'll be Turin and Okongwu at center circle for the tip. And we are underway. It'll be Hawks' first possession of the ball game.